Yo, what's up, guys? It's your girl Ginger Fox here, and I'm gonna be reading some more Design Decorum Book 2. This is Chapter 12, The Deep End. When you dive in, who knows what secrets will be revealed? A lot. I feel like a lot is going to be revealed, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get right into this, shall we? Book 2, Chapter 12, The Deep End. The day after your visit to the Grand Pump Room. Oh boy, guys. You and Briar walk along the streets of Bath as you fill her in on the conversation you overheard the night prior. Duke Richards is having a secret meeting at the Great Bath today, which is why I have to find a way to attend with him. But how? Well, aren't you taking lunch on with him this afternoon? Perhaps if you forward things nice with him, he'll bring you along. It's too risky to go alone. People will talk. You have a point. I feel like that could work. However, I've been frank with him before, yet it doesn't seem to defer Duke Richards. Perhaps he'll invite me anyways. You won't be saying anything he don't deserve. I do hope this plan will work in your favor. If it doesn't, I'm sure we can rack our minds together for another plan. Act 2, you continue your walk. You suddenly hear a familiar voice echo from the next street. You're just coming up on the King's Circus here. Is that... I think it's Mrs. Sinclair. You and Briar give each other a look, then move through the streets following the voice. You find Mrs. Sinclair and Miss Parsons pointing out the different architecture surrounding them. The King's Circus was built about 50 years ago, and he's said to mimic Stonehenge. Prince Hammond tilts his head, pondering hard as he stares at the houses. I don't understand. This looks nothing like Stonehenge. Your Highness, if you look closely, you'll see a few drudge symbols embedded just above the columns. Oh, so there are, sir. Yes, this is all fine and dandy, but I just want to see the animals and acrobats like in the Royal Circus. Then you will not have to wait long, since the annual Menagerie in Bath is our next stop. President Hammond looks up and sees you walking towards the group. He bows and breaks out into an uncontrollable smile. Lady Claire, Miss Dally, your presence is always a breath of fresh air. I would argue the same for all of you. Does that include Mrs. Sinclair? But of course, how could I not enjoy the company of our serious Mr. Sinclair? Mrs. Sinclair shakes his head and sighs. Oh, it's a delight, my lady. Perhaps you two would care to weigh in on my and Miss Parsons' tour. Personally, I'm rather intrigued more by the people than the places in Bath. I think... Who wouldn't prefer the King's Circus if we had animals performing tricks all around? Just imagine if we had people jumping from horse to horse. Wouldn't that be dangerous? Only if they were untrained. You let a loud laugh as the group continues through the street. I cannot deny I am a bit surprised to see you, my lady. As am I. We called upon you earlier today, or at least tried to. Instead, Duke Richard's butler shut the door in my face when we arrived. How dare he? I refused to let the Duke keep me from seeing you all. Briar and I thought a walk would be the best way to plan to infiltrate the Great Bath this afternoon without him overhearing. Duke Richards is up to his horrible schemes again. Perhaps we can help. We're on our way to the Bath Menagerie, but as you join, I'm certain we can figure something out together. Wait out, girl! Swaddle! Suddenly, a short dog sprints past you with her owner chasing right behind. Arf, arf! Oh my god, is that a corgi? The dog runs up to you and begins pawing at your legs. Oh. Well, aren't you an adorable dog? The young girl finally catches up to the dog, breathing heavily. Brian! Istid! The small dog wags her tail and immediately sits. I'm so sorry, we're still in training. Please don't tell my mama. Brandon just got really excited at the new smells. It's alright, you have nothing to worry about, little miss. Thanks, my lady, and call me Grace. It's nice to meet you, Grace, but... It's sit in Welsh. Britons from our travels in Wales and her old caretaker taught me a few phrases. Grace picks out a stick from the ground and throws it down the sidewalk. She points to it and commands Brian. Bryn, noi, woof. Bryn waddles after the small branch and returns it to Grace. She's well trained. I can see how much time the old caretaker put into teaching her. This is nothing. You should see the other animals we have. You are going to the menagerie, right? How did you know? It's our next stop on our tour of Bath. Maybe I got my mama's powers. We hop from city to city with our pets to show off fancy nobles like you. Beep. Did I mention I saw a tiger when they were setting up yesterday? Truly? I've never seen one with my own eyes before. That's not all we have. My mama can predict your future, too. I confess I've been looking forward to this all week. They always have quite the exhibition every year. As I was saying earlier, Lady Claire, Miss Daly, would you care to accompany us? Well, you look between the young girl, her dog, and the rest of the group, each of them giving you pleading looks. Please, my lady, our animals will be so sad if you don't meet them. No. Oh. I'll continue my walk. An entire menagerie sounds brilliant, but I have a long journey to attend, an invitation to acquire, and a duke to bring down. Ideally, we accomplish it all this afternoon. Why are old people always so busy? Don't worry, little miss. We'll still go to the menagerie with you. Arf, arf. I'm sorry we won't see you there, Lady Claire. You didn't promise to tell us all about it later. Of course, you have my word. You and Briar curtsy, then part ways from the rest of the group. They follow after Grace and Bryn, who darts off in front. Come on, Briar, we should return, else we'll be late for luncheon. Later that afternoon, back at the Duke's tailing his for luncheon. You're seated in the center of the dining room table, eating your meal. Dewbaker sits on the end to your left, Sir Giddon to your right. Okay, he's on my left. Sir Giddon's on my right, okay. I'm ready for a dip in the waters already. All our writing as of late has not done my hands any wonders. We'll be at the Great Bath soon enough, Pain, and you can soothe your aching hand. Oh, so you're going out this afternoon? Indeed, and I'll be sure to have someone keep a close watch over you while I'm gone. What is it to you, anyway? Oh, I'm just thinking about the Great Bath. You must consider yourself so fortunate to be surrounded by such noble people. As if I was stooped to anything less. I am rather curious, though. Who will be included in your dignified ranks today? The two of us, naturally, and some of our friends. Oh, I see. How very intriguing. At least I shall be the talk of the town at the Great Bath. Everyone will line up to catch a glimpse of me. And yet, they will notice that your fiancé is not by your side when you arrive. If only I could trust you, then you would be allowed to attend. Allowed? Your Grace. Oh, pray, how so, my lady? You calmly turn to Sir Giddon and smile coolly. Sir Giddon, someone of your rank must be able to see the potential scandal if His Grace didn't attend Bath events with his fiancée. Would you not think it better if I were to appear at the Great Bath this afternoon? Clever girl. Your Grace, I do think it best if Lady Claire were to accompany us today. All right, if you insist, but she will behave. If you say this as if I'd never do. You smirk to yourself as you take another bite of your meal. That was much easier than I thought. I'm sure the people will be pleased to see you together as a united front. All from the common revel to the noble peers will rejoice. Only the very best for our wedding in a week and a half. Ah, yes, how could I forget? I'm so thrilled again for making to end this engagement. Later that afternoon, you arrive at the Great Bath with Duke Richards and Sir Giddon. You step out of the carriage and your eyes wander over the large building in front of you. This place is magnificent. I can only imagine what it looks like inside. It's adequate. My stay are much more impressive and better taken care of. Then why visit the Great Bath at all? Because it is my sworn duty as Duke of Carrington. Your Grace, is that mud upon your trousers? Blessed, I can't go on looking like this. You chuckle silently and start towards the main entrance as Duke Richards attends to his trousers. You pause at a familiar group gathered nearby. I simply adore baths this time of year, Mrs. Sinclair. Do you not find it a marvelous place? It is tolerable, miss, but I take more delight in the architecture than the social gatherings many flock here for. I did not knock, sir. Why would I when we are outdoors? But keep whistling, same as ever, I see. No, my fiancé is not damn Hanover. Lady Claire, have you come to enjoy the healing waters as well? Among other things. Well, I don't think you need the healing properties, Mr. Sinclair. It's already clear you're cut above the rest. We healthy, beautiful people must stick together. Wouldn't you agree, sir? Oh, I would, but my fiancée may disagree, unless you care to take her place. Ew, I'm either socialized among commoners. That's the spirit. Mrs. Sinclair, why don't we take our conversation somewhere else? It seems we are unwanted here. Thank you, Miss Holloway, but I am comfortable at present. Miss Holloway. Damn. You should quit before you continue to embarrass yourself even further. This is preposterous, Mrs. Sinclair. You agree with me, yes? Miss Holloway, I must be frank here. I just didn't do Richards and you were getting saunter over to your group. The Duke holds Mr. Sinclair's glare as the two men scowl at each other. Mrs. Sinclair, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to see you. A pleasure like always, Your Grace. Ah, yes, seeing as I'm here with my fiancée, Lady Claire, did I mention she asked to come here of her own free will? I don't know that I phrase it that way. Sinclair lowers his voice so that only you and Duke Richards can hear. Upon my honor, if you harm Lady Claire in any way, I swear you'll what? Threaten my life again? I've already faced Miss Parsons. Perhaps you wish to share the same fate? Then again, I know your history was idle threats. Duke Richards and Sir Gideon pushed past Mrs. Sinclair. They stopped at the entrance near a large group of people. Presenting His Grace, Duke Tristan Richards of Carrington and his fiancée, the Lady Claire Mills of Edgewater. Duke Richards looks around and spots you still across the courtyard. Lady Claire, come along. You should be by my side now, not with a man like Mr. Sinclair. Yes, it's best not to keep His Grace waiting. Will you be all right, my lady? Simply say the word. Sinclair nods in agreement, and you follow Duke Richards into the great bath. You split off from Duke Richards and Sir Gideon and head into the woman's changing room. You take in the intricate patterns on the walls surrounding you. It's even more magnificent inside. Then you'll be even more impressed with the actual hot springs. You spin around and see Miss Parsons step out from behind the folding screen, dressed in her undergarments. Annabelle! Oh my. No one else present. It seems I am at your mercy. In that case, you lean in and press a gentle kiss to her lips. She smiles beneath your touch. I certainly have no qualms about that. You touch your forehead to hers as your eyes trace every feature written on her face, her dark locks, her knowing eyes, her plush lips. You are as ready as ever, and I cherish every second we have together. You wrap your arms around Miss Parsons, embracing her tightly. She winces slightly and clutches her side. Annabelle, are you all right? I didn't mean to. It's fine. I'm sure those healing waters will make it brand new. Please understand, I'm happy to see you, but why are you here? Well, I was thinking about Duke Richards' meeting today, and I remembered a way to listen in without them ever the wiser. You do? That's fantastic news, Annabelle. We have to go straight away. Patience, Claire. I expect to be some time before they're all gathered. Besides, we can't have you wading into the water and that. Oh, fie. I was so caught up in planning I completely forgot to bring a bathing gown. Never fear. They have some spare ones floating around somewhere. Ah, yes. Here. And Parsons finds a plain cream-colored gown with weight sewn into the hem. You quickly change out of your outfit and slip into the new gown. Well, it'll have to do, I suppose. Unless I might have another solution. Pray do tell. I am open to other options. I received this new luxurious bathing gown from France, but I don't think it's quite me. That's nonsense. You could wear rags and look beautiful. Thank you, Claire, but it's really not my style. I think you will look simply ravishing in this. When Parson pulls out a blue bathing gown, you hold it up, admiring the thick, silky fabric in your hands. I've never seen anything like it. Look at the short skirt and the trousers. You'll be the talk of the town in that, especially next to me in my undergarments. It would make quite the statement. I can already imagine the look on Miss Holloway's face if I wear this. Oh, she would be simply green with envy. Please say you'll wear it. I don't want it to go to waste, and it'll be far better than your current gown. You carefully refold the blue bathing gown and hand it back to Miss Parsons. It's a thoughtful gesture, Annabelle, but I think there's only room for one of us to make a statement. Perhaps we should not both fix Miss Holloway in such scandalous looks. Suit yourself, Claire. Suppose I shall have all the fun. You and Miss Parsons make your way through the great bath and come upon the large hot springs. Steam rises from the surface, slightly obscuring the other woman already in the water. Well, what do you think? It's quite beautiful, no? I can't believe something like this exists in England. You ease into the hot water, which sends a wave of warmth through your body, heating you from head to toe. Soon, you came across Miss Holloway, deep in conversation with Miss Suit and Miss Bowman. Miss Kim Wesley is engaged to her? Truly? To be sure, I heard it from Lady Helen, who heard it from a certain Miss Cook. Perhaps she'll be the one Viscountess, who can actually survive her husband. Is that a hand jealousy I detect, miss? I think you're right, Lady Claire. Miss Holloway would make quite an intriguing Viscount Wesley. As if I would ever marry that lecher. Please, it would be as intriguing as your bold choice of clothing. Well, you notice it. So clearly my look is doing its job. Miss Holloway. But nothing could truly compare to her beauty within, and Parsons' hands find yours under the cover of water. She squeezes it tightly and smiles at you. That still does not excuse her for wearing nothing but her undergarments. Miss Holloway's gaze turns to you as she looks you over from head to toe. But I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that you are standing up for her. Pay no attention to her. I'm so pleased you're here, Lady Claire. I feel as if I never see you anymore. I know things ended with Mr. McAllister, but it feels as if I lost a sister too. I feel the same way, Miss Sutton. At least we have this time in Bath together. Indeed, we'll all be refreshed from the waters in no time. Did you hear they had medicinal properties as well? I wonder what all they'll cure. I knew a woman whose husband's valet knew a lady's maid whose employer was said to have been cured of influenza because of it. In fact, she said, Miss Sutton, remember to breathe. Yes, a lot of people have advised me of that. I'm practicing. I'm going to stop the part here, guys. As always, stay safe and take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.